One recipe from this episode will be in the Arts and Life section of the Winnipeg Free Press.
We are dressed to impress tonight here on Great Taste of Manitoba. Not just Aaron Oblast this time around, but also Manitoba Beef producers. Budget-friendly ways to feed a crowd. We have these 3 amazing recipes, so delicious and so tender, and all of this amazing beef. Walk us through our recipes one more time.
Yeah, we started with the bulgogi-style beef short ribs that we braised until they fell off the bone.
Beautiful.
Yes. And then we moved on to the Filipino dish, beef kari-kari, and we served that with the garlic crispy rice.
It had the peanut butter in it too.
And it had the peanut butter in it, a little weird.
But delicious.
And then we ended off with the Peking pot roast, big steak in a small pan, some sweetness in there, honey, soy sauce.
Also very delicious.
Join the Great Taste community. If you've got a question for one of our experts, or if you've tried one of our recipes, drop us a note at greattastemb.ca or on our social media channels.
All right, Aaron, you kind of mentioned off the top that you were thinking wine, and in fact, that looks like exactly the direction you went in.
I did. Wine is so food friendly for a variety of reasons that we've talked about throughout this season. But what can be a little intimidating about wine is some of the terminology and the language that's used surrounding it. Pairing should be really simple. The only rule that exists is drink what you like with what you like to eat. When we get into pairing theory, things can get convoluted. So I'll break it down a little bit what I did here, and I'll explain some of the terminology I'm using. So with the first dish, with the braise, we have a jammy New World red. Now what that simply means is it has notes of fruit, but it has notes of fruit jam or preserves. New World being that it is from Australia, so it's letting you know perhaps a warmer climate, longer growing season. The ripeness is where that jam is coming from. As opposed to the third wine, which I'll talk about, has more of a fresh fruit. This is Rosemount Diamond Label Shiraz, very unpretentious, approachable wine, really good value. You talked about some of the value in the cuts that you use, and just with those deep, lovely flavors, it's Shiraz and beef, you can never go wrong, in my opinion. So with the second dish with the peanut butter, we have Chardonnay. A lot of people really like to put Chardonnay in a box, but Chardonnay can come still, it can come oaked, unoaked, sparkling, dessert wine. It's a bit of a chameleon that way. But what Chardonnay lacks is acid, and I'll talk about acidity, which is crispness. It's like what makes your mouth water. With Chardonnay, it has more of a stone fruit flavor, which is peaches, sometimes like a pear note, and it takes oak very well because it's high in flavor. So there's a little bit of like a spice and a roasted peanut shell that comes from the oak, which I think really would be a nice kind of complement to the peanut butter that you snuck in the recipe. I don't know if I'd pair it with peanut butter and chips, but you can try that and let us know in season 31.
That. Chardonnay, peanut butter chips, I'm on it.
Peking pot roast, I mentioned acidity. Now we have an old world Chianti. We have Santa Cristina Chianti Superiore, fresh, juicy, and when we say juicy, we mean make your mouth water. With the Peking, should be great. I forgot to mention, this is the Behringer Brothers Chardonnay, Rosemount Diamond Label Shiraz, Santa Cristina. Remember those 3 names, you're gonna wanna try them.
I kind of love that we ended the season with this Dress to Impress. It's like sort of a bit of an extra celebration here tonight. And so we would like to thank you very much for being part of our 30th anniversary here on Great Taste of Manitoba. Believe me when I say we are already working on things for next season, season 31, and we hope that you'll join us again. Remember, we're on all social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, greattastemb.ca for all of the recipes that you've seen this season. We'll see you again soon here on Great Taste of Manitoba.
Great Tastes of Manitoba is presented by Manitoba Liquor Mart. Great Tastes is brought to you by greattastemb.ca. Local farms, local foods. Great Taste is sponsored by the Government of Canada and Manitoba Agriculture through the Canadian Agricultural Partnership. Great Taste is produced in cooperation with participating Manitoba Commodities, Manitoba Agriculture, and Manitoba Liquor Mart. Promotional consideration is provided by the Winnipeg Free Press. Des Daniels wardrobe provided in part by Loca Boutique. Taste is produced by Frank Digital.